established this on the 16th of the 5th, 2015, and it stands for Christians Ready, Equipped and Willing. We deal with the homeless, people that are struggling, families, domestic violence mums, helping them start over again. So we have a building on McCamey Avenue in Rockingham where we open 3 days a week, Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. We serve meals, offer hot showers, hygiene packs, hampers, 2-course meal, and just general support emotionally, and just general help really, whatever someone's actually needing.
It's very hard to gauge how effective our service and the other services that are in Rockingham are when it comes to addictions. Sometimes we may not see a guest for a number of weeks or maybe a month or so, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are not still in need. They maybe use other services or they may have moved on. The addiction issues are really the thing that sets people back, and it's very, very difficult to raise themselves out of the situations they're in, particularly the rough sleepers. And after doing it for a number of years, it seems to be just a way of life to them.
How did it start? Okay, I met a gentleman, his name was Matt. He was homeless in May 2015. He was standing on the side of the road on Nangara Drive in Rockingham, and he had a sign saying that he was hungry. He was pretty sick. He had pneumonia. We had a really cold winter that winter. Rounded up a few of my friends, so we started taking him food. He was sleeping in a grassed area. This went on for probably about 4 weeks, and he disappeared. A week later after that, we actually found in the newspaper that he'd actually died on the streets.
From my own personal experience, I became homeless about 3.5 years ago after issues with the criminal justice system. I was living in a park, and I found that there were agencies available in Rockingham that would give me assistance with food and showers and washing facilities, and that enabled me to put a bit of money aside from my New Start allowance, and I managed to save enough money to get a car. So I'd taken the first step from being a rough sleeper to actually living in my car, and I was living in a car park with a group of other homeless people of various situations. Some had camper vans, some had cars, some lived in tents. I stabilised, I suppose, with my own addictions, and I started volunteer work with another organisation in Rockingham before coming to the crew, and it was actually finding my faith again in the Lord that I recommitted myself as a Christian, and that has been a great stabilising factor in my life. I'm now clean of alcohol and drugs, and my life has certainly changed because of the crew mainly. What I try to do is be an example for others, and maybe they too can find the Lord and perhaps help themselves along the recovery process from their addictions or from other issues that they might have.
A lot of good things happen here. Generally it starts off pretty sad sometimes when we actually meet people for the first time that are homeless, or mums and families. Rehoused 12 mums and their children, supplied them all their furniture, all their needs, clothing, the whole lot, down to linen, bedding, everything that sets them up again. So it always ends up being a happier outcome than when we first meet them.